Hello, everyone. My name is Sylvia Gawad, and I'm the moderator for today's finalists for the community service. And here we have the amazing Neetu Parma. Maybe just
Purna.
a quick wave. Sorry?
Neetu Purna.
Neetu Purna. Sorry about that. And then we have Saima Jamal.
Hello.
Hi. And Humaira Falak.
Yeah, hi.
Congratulations, ladies. You have done amazing, and your journey to Agoy today must be full of excitement, turbulence, and challenges, and we want to hear all about it. So maybe I'll start jumping into our first question for today. You all decided to make Calgary your home. How was that? How's the experience of moving to Calgary? And maybe a little bit about the journey that led you to where you are today as being the finalist for the Community Service Award. Maybe we'll start with Neetu. You're the first on my screen here, so we'll start with you.
Okay, Oof. It's been a wild journey, I would say in 2010, I moved in UK and I lived there for 5 years. And in 2015, I moved to Calgary. So it's not so long ago, but my life as an immigrant is kind of 2 times. So I kind of see, sometimes I joke around, like I lived in 3 continents. Like I grew up in a, so-called underdeveloped country, and I went to the king of this whole world, like colonial country, UK, and I came to Canada. Like that's interesting. So I would say it's been a while, and I learned a lot, and I have seen the cause and reason, the cause of the poverty and the result or consequences. So I would say I feel like so blessed to live in living in Calgary, and especially in Canada. So because I feel Canada is we all are immigrants, we all are settler except from the indigenous First Nation, Métis and Inuit people. So I don't feel excluded anymore, So when I went to UK, I knew that is a country of English people, right? Then I can never be English because I am Bengali. So no matter what I do, like how much bleach I go through, I cannot change my skin tone. I cannot adapt to their accent, or I cannot live the way of life. And I feel like so excluded. But when I am in Canada, this is very empowering for me that I feel so much included. And honestly, not everything is so nice and sugar coated. We have to do a lot of work, but it is empowering for me to feel I am here and I am part of this system, somehow. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's all. And I think I can jump in if something come up as well.
Yes, please do. And if folks don't know, I was taken back by Neetu's resume. Incredible, first female literature editor in Bangladesh. Wow, it's incredible. And the work that you do around mental health awareness in Calgary amongst immigrants and marginalized people is incredible. So thank you for all you do. And again, fantastic work. So maybe we'll shift over to Saima. You're next on my screen. So if you can take us a little bit on your journey in Calgary and what got you to where you are today as a finalist for the Community Service Award.
Sure. Thank you, Sylvia. And just like Neetu, I'm also originally from Bangladesh, born and raised there. Came here in 1998, August 15th. Can't forget that memorable day. That every immigrant remembers that, that day that they landed in Canada. So yeah, I came as an international student at the University of Calgary, and I was a graduate from there. I was kind of that res rat that would just live on res, or lived in the Northeast in between, and worked in different university departments and services, because at that time as an international student you weren't allowed to work anywhere outside the university. And so I had to find everything from working in food services to working in the library to working as security guard for Bermuda Shorts Day, whatever I could find, I'd do that. So after graduation, I just started working full-time at the U of C. Some of my last positions at the university was the program manager of the Consortium for Peace Studies. at the Faculty of Social Work, and kind of it started my whole journey of my awakening of moving towards social justice, peace, working for and understanding the world from a very different lens, working towards immigrants and disadvantaged and the vulnerable, all started from that place, you know. And Calgary as a city, you know, when I first came out of the airport, I'll tell you this, I was shocked by how big the sky was, because I come from a very tiny, very populated country. So when you come out of the airport, you don't see any people. Like, where's all the people? And why is the sky so big? Why is the land so huge? You know, so I could say about Calgary that it is this beautiful sky with warm Chinook winds and you know, the Rockies and the lakes so close. You know, the world's best mayor is here, and what should I say? There's low cost of living. I could say all of that, but the best part of the city, and I have to tell you this to everyone, is the soul of the city, which is so kind and generous. I cannot tell you how kind and generous people are, that whenever you ask for help for anyone, any refugees, because my work is all surrounded around refugees mostly. When I ask for help, there's help always there. This city is a beautiful safety net that doesn't leave anyone behind. So yeah, that's what I see.
Saima, what a beautiful description. And a little bit about Saima. She founded the Calgary Immigrant Support Society. I mean, working for an organization and founding it are two drastic things. And I applaud the work that you've been doing and your motivation. You know, you're described as a catalyst for public good, and I see why you're no short of extraordinary. So thank you for all you do, and congratulations. And last but not least, Humaira and her lovely two daughters there. Can you share a little bit about your journey? And you know, you fight for a very special cause, domestic violence. I think it's a cause that runs across you know, nations, whether it's amongst refugee or immigrants, or even you know, people around the world. So it's a very special cause, and it's a very special cause to me as well. So I'd love to hear more about your journey and about you, what made you come to Calgary. Yeah.
Hi, so yeah, I'm sorry, I might, actually I just recently lost my mother, so I'll be a bit distracted, but I came to Calgary in like 2012. It was a rough start because I had separated then. I'm sorry about this. Okay. So I got separated. I had these two kids. I was in this abusive marriage for like 5-6 years. And I'm extremely grateful for all the opportunities that I got here in this beautiful city, and the love and respect that I got here from Calgarians, for which I am forever indebted to, you know, the entire city. So I separated. So my journey technically started from a shelter, from emergency shelter here. So I stayed in about 3 emergency shelters, and then 1 transitional housing for a year. It was a new country to me. I had no idea about how the system worked. I had no idea about anything here. Like I could not drive. I had no family here. So it was a difficult start. But as I said, like the system is amazing. I met amazing people at the shelter who helped me a lot in navigating through the court and everything. So I went back to school. I started volunteering with number of organizations here, like SIVA and Women's Center. I finished my diploma. I started working with Calgary Seniors Resource Society. And in the meantime, because domestic violence was very close to my heart, and I felt that there was a gap in the system, as well as there was a lot of work that needed to be done as far as South Asian women were concerned. I felt that there's a lot of advocacy that needs to be done, a lot of, you know, awareness piece that's missing there. And one of the reasons that they're suffering, and they're suffering a lot. So that was the major driving force that got me into this work. So I started volunteering with United Way around domestic violence. prevention of domestic violence in our communities. It was new, it was very challenging because when I started it was mostly, it was like a stigma. People were not really ready for 5 years ago. So we started talking about it under the topic like healthy relationships. That's how my journey started. Then I got into a lot of public speaking activities around that, and I started, and that's how then people in the community, they would refer women to me even now, and I would just help them as much as I could. Yeah, now I work for Action Dignity, again with the domestic violence project, and it's mainly around prevention of domestic abuse, and I work with about 20 ethnocultural communities. I am also the co-chair for Calgary Domestic Violence Ethnocultural Community, the collaborative. And yeah, it's been a journey, and yeah, it's 7 years now. Yeah, so, and I'm doing my master's too, and raising these two as well. So just, I have nothing to say except I'm extremely grateful for the journey that I have had here in Calgary in the past 7 years, and for all the love that I received. So yeah, and I'm sorry about this, actually. It's yeah.
But there's no reason to apologize. I mean, the amount of power you have and strength you have to be speaking to us today is incredible, and to share your journey with us and to not only share it but act on it is incredibly powerful. I am honored to be in the presence of 3 strong, fantastic, or 5 strong women. So thank you for sharing. And I mean, your bio is extremely incredible, and the journey you went on, and for you to take that and action it and prevent that in other women, other households, is incredible. And it's the change that we need, and you're leading the charge with that. So thank you for all you do, and thank you for sharing your journey, and my sincere condolences for the loss of your mother.
Yeah, don't feel like you need to apologize, Humaira, like what you're doing. And like, you know, in this situation, you are present, your presence is enough. So please, if you need to do anything, please do so. Don't need to feel any, you need to feel any apology for it.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
We're all here for you.
Humaira, are you joining us from Pakistan?
No, I'm back. I just came back day before yesterday. Yeah. I'm in quarantine.
Day 3 of quarantine.
Mm.
You know, like I don't know if everyone is feeling what I'm feeling, but I have goosebumps, you know, hearing the stories of and your journeys. And it sounds like it's a journey full of obstacles and challenges, and to be where you are today is an incredible journey. And you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on, what do you say to immigrants coming here? You know, you have taken roles of leadership and kind of flourished into creating impact in your communities. What do you say to newcomers, and how can you empower them to get into roles of leadership and to become community leaders like yourselves? Maybe
I always tell women that I help in domestic abuse situation that there are definitely unlimited opportunities, but of course there are barriers to it. It's not that simple. But again, the key is that they should not give up. Just going back is not a solution, right? So it's always about standing up for yourself. I know it's going to be hard. I always tell them it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, right? It might be even more difficult than where they're coming from, but in the end, it'll be worthwhile. So yes, again, it's all about connecting with right people, and you know, just getting out of your comfort zone and explore all the possibilities that city gives you. So yeah.
And maybe Saima, what your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, when it comes to newcomers, when it comes to refugees, you know, I tell them the most that what is most important is your own voice. You know, we give them a lot of advice to be ready to integrate, to get job ready, to handle the new environment, the new country, but we really want to do it the right way. And the right way is actually hearing them advocate for themselves, telling them that, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to speak up, because it is about your life, your family. This is about your community. This is about your job. This is about your future. So hearing their voice directly and then designing whatever you're doing, your programs, your everything from them is very important. So I tell them again and again, speak up, and don't be afraid that you don't have citizenship. Don't be afraid that you're just coming here as a refugee. You came from a country where when you spoke up, you might have had really bad repercussions, whether you made a post on Facebook or you spoke up against the government or an institution, there was consequences. I always remind them, you've come to a country where your voice matters, where you won't be persecuted for speaking up. So that's one advice that I always give them.
Thank you so much. And Neetu, to wrap it up, we have a minute, so close us off.
Wow, that's your job. But anyway, it's like, as women, we are like activists, no matter what we do. Like, living a life as a woman is, I feel like, an activism. So I feel like, we don't have to tell our like refugee or newcomers to tell like how they would live their life. I mean, they already shown that power. They are very powerful. It's about us to discover and recognize their power. So that's all I can say. What I do is like mental health work, and I have co-founded the Color Factor. So it's all about like stigma about violence, stigma around like being women, stigma around like, talking about your mental health and wellness. It's all about, speaking up and like just to recognize your strength, and you have it. I don't see we need to empower them. Empower is there. So all we need to is discover and open-minded. It's on us. It's not about others, like, yeah.
And I think what I'm hearing is empowering them to create change for themselves. Thank you so much. That is incredible messaging. It's incredible takeaway. And thank you for your journeys, and thank you for sharing those journeys with us and your challenges as well. And we hope that you continue to do the amazing work that you're doing and to inspire others to do the same.
Thank you,
Sylvia.
Thank you.